Hello everybody, it's Nicholas here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we've got an absolutely amazing video for you. It is how a Forex trader like myself made 250x in one trade trading Bitcoin. So let's dive straight into the video. Okay, so we are on TradingView at the moment and we're on the Bitcoin chart on the monthly time frame. And I'm going to do a very quick and very simple trade recap on this trade. Okay, it's a strategy that I utilize for all of my higher time frame swing trading trades. Now, these are trades that could last for a day, a week, a few months. It just depends on the range that you are trading within. And of course, it depends on how long price is going to take to actually get to the zone you are targeting. So this is a very simple strategy, and I'm going to quickly show you how it works. So all we're going to do is highlight the monthly lows very simply. So this was the low of July 2024, and this trade was actually entered in September. Okay, this trade was entered in September, and this was a swing low. So this was a monthly low. All right, a monthly swing low. And now, of course, on the monthly time frame, you can't necessarily see that this is a swing low. But if you go down to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, you will see that this is a swing low and is the low point of the month of July. Now, we also have the low of August. Some people ask, well, which one is it? How do we know? Well, you don't need to know. You can just mark them both up. Okay, mark them up and see what happens, what price does when it gets to these areas. We don't need to know what's going to happen. We just need to know what we are going to do when price gets there. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we don't need to know exactly what is going to happen. We just need to know how we can execute when price gets there. So we've marked up our July swing low and our August swing low, and simply put, they're just the lows of the month. Okay, now as we can see, Bitcoin overall for the last since the beginning of January 2023, it's been trending to the upside. All right. So we are very bullish on Bitcoin, but we can't just buy in a random place. We have to buy in the right place. And this is how we get the most accurate and the most aggressive trades. So now that we've marked up these areas, we're just going to drop down to the 4 hour. You can do this on the 1 hour as well. However, for this call, for this video, we will do it on the 4 hour time frame. And all we're going to do is wait for price to get into this zone. That's literally all we're going to do. Okay. Now, if we want to add a little bit more meat to the zone, we can see that this particular zone has also got an area of consolidation. Okay. So this area here, you can see it's an area where price consolidated before it exploded to the upside. This was back in February earlier in 2024. So we're going to mark this area up because this will also be an area that price could possibly react from. Now, this is not 100% necessary. You don't need to have this, but it's good to have this as a point of reference as well. So all we're going to do now is wait on the 4 hour time frame. Let's zoom in a little bit just to make this clearer for everybody. And we're going to wait for price to get there. Okay, that's all we're going to do. Just wait. You don't need to trade it down to this area. You don't need to do anything. If price doesn't come back to this area, it doesn't come back to this area. You don't do anything. So simply, we're just going to wait. And actually waiting will result in you being more profitable than 95% of other traders, because most traders in the market lose. And they lose because they are not patient. Okay, so we can see here that we've tapped into this area. Now, this is not a support resistance strategy. This is a liquidity strategy. The point of the biggest amount of liquidity is going to be monthly highs and lows, weekly highs and lows, yearly highs and lows. So this is a monthly one. This strategy is built on monthly zones. So what we want is for price to take out this low, okay, actually go below the low. You can see here that we've retapped into this area of consolidation. and we want to see some reaction. So all I'm going to do is fast forward here, and we're going to start to see a descending channel form. Now, what is a descending channel? They get a pretty bad rep. Descending channels in the right area are super, super powerful and super simple to spot. You don't need a huge amount of experience to spot when you should enter a trade. Okay, so all we're going to do is mark it up. You can see that what we have done, and we go into detail on this in my course that I have. What we're going to see here is price has manipulated these lows, it's liquidated anyone that wants to buy from this area, and now it's popped back up above that July low. Okay, and now we're just going to wait to see if we get a descending channel to take it to the upside, or if that didn't occur, we may see an ascending channel just below the July low to take it to the downside. Okay, so you have to be fluid, you have to be flexible. So we can see here that we've broken above. Okay, this would be our entry if you're trading on the 4-hour time frame. Now, I actually took this trade on a lower time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, and I will show you my entry shortly. And where would be the target, ladies and gentlemen? Where would be the target? Well, we know that we're aiming for the highs. Okay, we are aiming for the highs on Bitcoin, which is, of course, up at about just under $74,000. Okay, this would be our ultimate target. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to hold on to this trade for the full time. If you're able to, of course you can, but of course it does not mean that you're going to hold the full position. You should most definitely be taking some profit along the way at relevant areas. Okay, and this is a great area to take your TP1. When you're looking for a swing trade, this area is going to be super, super powerful for that TP1 zone. Okay, and then you're going to let the rest ride up to the high. Now, this trade in itself is a fantastic trade, would be about an 11% trade on account. Now, I generated 250x on my account, almost tripling my account size in this one trade, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you the slightly more aggressive and refined entry. Remember, when I say it's aggressive, it means it's got more chance of losing because you haven't got the higher time frame entry as of yet. Okay, and higher time frame entries always carry more weight than lower time frame entries. Okay, so I entered about 54,000. The higher time frame entry, which was the more secure entry, was just under $55,000, and this trade flew, absolutely flew. It took a couple of weeks to get to my TP1, but this was a trade to open and hold and enjoy the ride. And you know your entries are perfect when it reacts away from that area and never comes back. Okay, that is how you know, that is how you have identified once it's made that initial push away that you have been and you are in the right trade. So TP1 was hit. I remember this actually, it was hit just late on a Thursday. It was a beautiful, beautiful trade to TP1. Now, let me quickly show you my entry, okay? Because this trade is a great trade, is a safer trade, and is how many people should be trading. However, I'm just going to show you on the lower time frame, on the 15-minute, exactly the same thing. So let's have a little look here. As I said, remember, the lower time frames will give you entries, but they're going to be more risky, okay? Now, I was very, very confident in this zone because of my analysis, because of not just the chart analysis, but the overall macroeconomic analysis of where Bitcoin was trading at about 54,000 and the potential for the bull run to take it to the all-time highs and past it. Now, my entry, actually, you can see here, this was the 4-hour entry. I'm just going to delete it off of the chart just for now, so we can keep it nice and clean. Zoom in as nice and close for you all. I'll show you my entry. It was, as I said, a more aggressive entry, but it was a beautiful entry, and mainly was a beautiful entry because of where we were in the market. Okay, so you can see that this is not as obvious a descending channel as what we saw in the high time frame, and sometimes it's going to be like that. However, this was a trade that really electrified my account. Okay, really pushed that account into some huge profit. And this trade, if you had risked 1% of your account at TP1, would have been 26%. Okay, now of course I risked more than that. This is a personal account, and I did risk, and I had more risk on the account. Because it was on a personal account. If it's on a funded account, of course, you want to stick to that 1% risk rule. If you're on a personal account and you are confident in your skills, of course, you can increase your risk to enjoy the greater rewards. But it's something that you should not do as a beginner. So that was my entry. Let's just jump back up to the 4 hour. So you can all see the difference between the two trades, targeting the highs. One of them is 11.17% growth on account if you risk 1%, and the other one is almost 47% if you risk 1%. Now, my risk was more than that, of course. As I said, this was a 250x trade. I'm going to share on the somewhere there you go. I'm going to share on the chart my MetaTrader entry so that you all can see exactly where I entered. It was a beautiful trade, and it's a trade that happens time and time again. And let's just have a look where the market is right now, because I am recording this a couple of months after, and you can see if we go up to the daily chart, we can see that full TP has essentially been hit. Now, of course, you should still be holding a little amount up, to the 80,000, perhaps 90,000 to keep that runner going. And that is the trade, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute monster of a trade that allowed me to achieve 250x growth on account. And I'm not somebody who trades Bitcoin that often. I'm a Forex trader by heart. However, the concepts work on everything. If you're trading Forex, if you're trading crypto, if you're trading indices, commodities, stocks, it doesn't matter. These key liquidity areas are electric when you can spot the right one and enter with a very simple entry method of ascending and descending channels. So that's it for this video, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and follow my channel, because we are going to be changing the trading world with honesty, integrity, and profits for all the community. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.